I think it may be the weirdest yet most wonderful movie at the same time that I've seen in my lifetime. Rocky Horror Picture Show. It is a classic. It is celebrating its 45th anniversary. And you can watch it at a drive-in screening coming up this Saturday at the Celebrity Theater right in Central Phoenix. So we are now joined by actor Barry Bostwick, who, if you've seen this movie, he's Brad, he's the lead guy in this thing, and he will be at this screening so you can say hi to him. He joins us on the phone. Barry, welcome to this beautiful new world of ours where we try to Zoom. Zoom sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't, but we got a nice phone connection, I understand.
We do have a great phone connection. And there's nothing weird about Rocky Horror Picture Show.
What? It starts off
really?
so normal. Yeah, look at you. Now, we've got you up right now with Janet, the lovely Janet, Susan Sarandon, of course. Oh, and then Riff Raff comes in. Okay, thinking back on this movie, when you were making it, you had to think it was pretty weird. You're just giving me a hard time.
No, I didn't think it was weird at all, actually. No, I really didn't. Back in the mid-'70s, this is what everybody was doing. Weren't you wearing mesh stockings and bustiers out on Saturday night?
Hey, what I do on my own time is kind of my business, Barry. Don't you try to out me in front of my audience here. I'm just joking.
Sorry. I know. You're an Emmy Award winner, and you don't want to just, I got it.
Right.
You have some respect in the industry.
Well, Barry, you are brilliant
respect.
in this. I love everybody's performance. From Meatloaf, Tim Curry was so great, Susan Sarandon. And so when I came up, I was a little bit younger, and so we would watch this on midnight movies. And it still holds up.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a really well-made film. It's in the Library of Congress. It's the longest continuously running film in the world ever. And it's playing on a screen somewhere every weekend, in Berlin or in Baltimore. And these shadow casts all over the world have kept this thing alive and keeping the fun and the party going, in the theaters. And now we're trying to keep the party going in a parking lot. And I encourage people to honk their horns and flash their lights and throw stuff at us.
Well, I was going to ask you. So now, for the uninitiated, you don't just go and watch this movie. You actually participate. Sometimes there are troops of actors down in the front who mimic all the moves. There are certain things where they say, like, a toast, and you throw toast in the air, or you have water bottles that are rain and things like that. Are you encouraging people to do some of these things on Saturday here at Celebrity Theater?
If they don't, they shouldn't come. That's all I can say. I want to smell the toast flying towards me. I want the squirt guns, as strong as windshield wipers. And because they're outdoors, they can actually use their Bic lighters to when we sing. There's a light over at the Frankenstein place. It stopped when we were doing it indoors. A lot of that stuff stopped because they were burning theaters down, No, I want everybody to come and just have a party. That's what it is. It's just a big party.
How did that all start? Was there just like one group of people, I would imagine it'd be in LA or New York or somewhere, who decided to start acting out the movie while they were watching it? Do you know how that started? All the toast and everything?
Yeah. It started in New York, and there was one group that went to see it. These people in New York, and they went to see it at this one theater. And one night, a couple of people dressed up as characters in the movie, and then they would, like, maybe at some time in the film being shown, they'd stand up in front of the movie, and their shadows would hit the screen, and then they would mimic what we were doing in the film, and that's why they're called shadow casts. They actually were originally just shadows. Now they're like whole theatrical troops, with props and everything. And but it started very slow, just fans who just wanted to have a party and dress up, and eventually other people stood up in the audience, and and then it got a little more formalized, and now it's basically, if you're not part of the shadow cast, it's a free-for-all. You just get up and you dance and you do whatever you want to do, and participate. It's a totally unique event.
You know, and I'm just looking at this, and I'm wondering, we have kind of a young floor crew here. Steph, have you ever seen this movie? So Steph here, I'm not going to out how old she is. She's younger. How fun is it for you to like introduce this movie to new generations? I mean, 45 years. These aren't the same cats who've been watching this since the 70s.
No, God, no. We're on our third generation. You know, I mean, the newest generation, they can. I always think of them trying to imagine their grandmother and Nana, who's making cookies at Christmas.
Nana.
Running around the theater in 1977 in her underwear, singing
Okay.
"Touch It, Touch It, Touch Me."
Oh, you had to go there. Everything was going
I
so
did
well.
have to go there. But then it's generational, and I'm telling you now, there's more kids. There's more kids in their late teens, early 20s, and still, a lot of 12-year-olds are sneaking out of the house on a Saturday night, saying to their parents, "Well, I'm going over to Billy's house. We're going to do a sleepover." And then they come home the next morning and they have rice in their hair, and the parents go, "Oh, I know. I think I know where you were because I did the same thing 35 years ago."
Right. And rice from the famous wedding scene, which is so great. Okay, so tell us, and we only have 30 seconds left, what are you actually going to be doing on Saturday night? Are people going to be able to meet you and say hi to you?
Sure. Well, we're doing a sort of a meet and greet kind of thing if they want to. It's an extra part of the ticket, and they can have a picture taken with me. I'll sign a photo for them. I'll sign whatever they want to bring. I'll sign their thigh.
Whoa.
I'll sign, but just don't tattoo it and then come back to me and say, "Look at this," So, and I'm going to do sort of a Q&A, and then I introduce the film and I introduce the shadow cast, and it's just, and we go from there. But yes, you can get your tickets online apparently, and come down and see me. I'm so enthusiastic about this movie, and I have been for 45 years. I just think it's a lot of fun, and I think it has ultimately a wonderful message to society that you just have to accept everybody for who they are and accept yourself for who you are. And and that's certainly not a message. We were just trying to entertain people, for God's sakes, and I think we were very fortunate and successful doing that.
Barry Bostwick, great talking with you. Everybody knows the Celebrity Theater. It's right in Central Phoenix. You can get to it from anywhere in the valley. A big open parking lot will be a perfect place for this drive-in. Great talking with you, Barry, and thank you for all the entertainment over the years.
Thank you so much.
That's Saturday night. We'll be right back.